Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Ray Sports News and Debates. In today's video, we're going to be going over, our NFL playoff predictions. We're going to go to the NFC side first, and then we have the AFC side first, And without further ado, guys, let's get into today's video at topic. So on the NFC side, we have the Seattle Seahawks as the number one overall seed. They have a first round bye. They're going to be they're gonna face the lowest seed, coming out of the wild card weekend. So your first matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers traveling to Chicago. I'm going to go Packers here. I haven't seen Caleb in the postseason, and really for the most part, if Chicago's defense doesn't turn you over, they're terrible. They're awful. So I'm going to go Packers there. The sixth seed, San Francisco 49ers traveling to Philadelphia. The Eagles, first team in over 20 years, to repeat as NFC East division champions. They're defending Super Bowl champs as well. But I do think it's a one and done for the Eagles this year. I love McCaffrey. I love Kittle. Pearsall should be back. Purdy is 7-1 as a starter this year. So I gotta go San Francisco. The Eagles are just too inconsistent for me to even, I can't. San Francisco all the way here. You have your 8-9 division champs, Carolina Panthers from the NFC South, got in because the Falcons decided they wanted to play the last, 3 weeks of the season and screw everything up for the Bucs. But that's a conversation for another day. Carolina Panthers are welcoming in the Los Angeles Rams. I think one of the best 12-5 teams probably ever. I'm going Rams here. I'm going a third road team win here. Stafford's your MVP. Yes, they've played before. Yes, Carolina won. Stafford's only bad game, arguably this year, was against Carolina, and they still almost found a way to win. But I'm gonna go the Rams here. Bryce, super inconsistent. I think he's had maybe 2 good games the entire year, and they limped into the playoffs. And I just like Stafford's experience too much. So, division round. I got the Seattle Seahawks welcoming in the Green Bay Packers. Going Seattle here. I think Seattle's top to bottom one of the best teams in the NFC and in all of football. It's in Seattle. I just think home field is going to play a factor, and I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to be the first home team to win a playoff game. Then you have your 5 seed Los Angeles Rams hosting the 6 seed San Francisco 49ers, NFC West rematch. I'm going Rams. Again, I really like Stafford this year. He's got to be your MVP this year. And I just think it's going to be too much. I think the 49ers, I think they're good enough to get by an inconsistent Eagles team, but I don't think they're good enough to get past a Rams team at 100%. So I'm going Rams there. Then in our NFC Championship game in Seattle, we have the Seattle Seahawks hosting, the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going Rams here. I think the Darnold, fairy tale story, it's over. He has a bad game. Stafford has an excellent game, and it's just good enough for them to squeak by 3. I have the Rams coming out of the NFC. AFC side, we have the Denver Broncos, as your number one overall seed. Clear-cut defense, by far one of the best in the league. Absolutely, no shadow of a doubt. So, and the AFC side, we have the Patriots, hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. And I think this is a trap game for the Patriots. I'm going to tell you why. The Patriots had the easiest schedule this whole season, and the Chargers had, were middle in the pack in strength of schedule, Again, I don't know which Chargers I'm going to get, but the Patriots didn't play anybody. Their only really tough games they played were against Buffalo. And then a lot of people forget they lost to the Raiders week 1 of the season. And we all know how bad the Raiders are. I'm actually going upset here. I'm going Chargers over the Patriots. I just think you didn't play anybody. You were smashing all these bad teams. You weren't really in a lot of close games. You were in some close games, but you weren't really in a lot of them. Okay, and I just think the competition, even with the injuries, I got the Chargers coming out in an upset here. Okay, your 3-6 matchup, which I think is going to be game of the week. Yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen, who's an MVP candidate. And I don't know if this is going to be a shocker or not. I'm actually picking the Jaguars to win this game. The whole misconception with Josh is he has to be Superman. He literally has to do everything. And I think they're going to find a way. They're going to load the box. They're going to try and shut Cook down. I think they're going to put a spy on Josh Allen, and they're going to make him throw the ball. They're going to make him throw to these wide receivers who, let's be real and honest, not the ideal top-tier class at the wideout position. And I do love how Trevor Lawrence has played the last last month of the season. I think Trevor Lawrence is an MVP candidate as well. But I'm going Jaguars to win here and advance. Then your 4-5 matchup. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? Houston Texans. Honestly, I don't know which team to choose here. The Steelers are getting DK back. CJ Stroud and the Texans offense has been super inconsistent, but they probably have the best defense in the league. Okay? And I'm going on a limb here. I do think the Steelers win in Pittsburgh. Rodgers continues, the last tour or whatever. And I just think the offense is going to cost Houston at the end. And Rodgers has all the experience and everything, and CJ's still learning and getting that experience. And I just think Rodgers is going to outplay him. So going into the division round, Kate, we have the 1 seed Denver Broncos hosting the 7 seed Los Angeles Chargers. Okay, AFC West, division matchup here. I got the Broncos here. I think, like I said, I think Herbert, they did well enough to get out of the wild card round, but I just like Denver. The magic number is I think 24. If they hold you under 24, you're not winning. Okay. And as much as people crap on Bo Nix, okay, the dude went 14-3 this year. 14-3. Okay, so you can say whatever you want about the Broncos. Offense not being great. They went 14-3. And I'm going the Broncos to win here. Then, okay, we're going to have our 3 versus 4 matchup. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers here. I'm actually going to go Jacksonville here. I just think it's going to get into a shootout. I like the Jags. I think they're one of the more completer teams on the AFC side in general. Okay, so I'm having them advance to the AFC Championship game where we're going to have a rematch between the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars here. I do think, unfortunately, okay, the Bo Nix train ends here in Denver. I have Jacksonville winning here. They're hot right now, and I just think the offense is going to be too much. It's going to turn into a shootout, okay? And I don't think Bo Nix and that offense are going to just be able to keep up with Trevor Lawrence. I don't. And if Trevor Lawrence doesn't do what he did in the first half against the Chargers a couple years ago, when he threw 4 picks in the first half and then had arguably the best second half in playoff history, they're going to be fine. So that means our Super Bowl matchup, guys, is the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Los Angeles Rams, okay? And I am going to go for the Rams to win the Super Bowl. I do think it's going to be a relatively high-scoring game. I'm probably saying it's going to be 31-26 Rams. And, Stafford's going to be your MVP. I think he's going to be Super Bowl MVP. But, yeah, that's going to be it for our video, guys. As I said, we are picking the Los Angeles Rams to come out of the NFC and the Jacksonville Jaguars to come out of the AFC. Okay, and that's your Super Bowl matchup. And I am predicting, okay, that the Los Angeles Rams win the Super Bowl. Stafford gets his second Super Bowl championship. And don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button, guys, to the channel today. Try and get us to 500 subscribers on the channel. Until next time, you guys have a good one.